blinding ignorance does mislead us. Oh, wretched mortals, open your eyes. He who possesses most must be most afraid of loss. He who does not oppose evil commands it to be done. Obstacles cannot crush me. Every obstacle yields to stern resolve. Art is the queen of all sciences, communicating knowledge to all the generations of the world. Why does the eye see more clearly when asleep than the imagination when awake? He who wishes to be rich within a day will be hanged within a year. Marriage is like putting your hand into a bag of snakes in the hope of pulling out an eel. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. Details make perfection, and perfection is not a detail. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. The painter will produce pictures of little merit if he takes the works of others as his standard. Men of lofty genius, when they are doing the least work, are most active. The mind that engages in subjects of too great variety becomes confused and weakened. Many have made a trade of delusions and false miracles, deceiving the stupid multitudes. He who does not punish evil commands it to be done. He is a poor pupil who does not go beyond his master. A well-spent day brings happy sleep. He who truly knows has no occasion to shout. The worst evil which can befall the artist is that his work should appear good in his own eyes. Just as a well-filled day brings blessed sleep, so a well-employed life brings a blessed death. Those who, in debate, appeal to their qualifications, argue from memory, not from understanding. It is an acknowledged fact that we perceive errors in the work of others more readily than in our own. Experience does not err. Only your judgments err by expecting from her what is not in her power. The eye sees a thing more clearly in dreams than the imagination awake. To become an artist you have to be curious. What is fair in men passes away, but not so in art. The supreme misfortune is when theory outstrips performance. If there's no love, what then? A wave is never found alone, but is mingled with the other waves. The organ of perception acts more readily than judgment. In time and with water, everything changes. He who is fixed to a star does not change his mind. Fix your course to a star and you can navigate through any storm. For nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first known. Poor is the pupil who does not surpass his master. It is as great an error to speak well of a worthless man as to speak ill of a good man. Love is something so ugly that the human race would die out if lovers could see what they were doing. Not to punish evil is equivalent to authorizing it. Art is never completed, only abandoned. As you cannot do what you want what you can do. I thought I was learning to live. I was only learning to die. The artist sees what others only catch a glimpse of. Life without love is no life at all. Time stays long enough for those who use it. Make your work to be in keeping with your purpose. Intellectual passion drives out sensuality. Where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. All our knowledge has its origin in our perceptions. I have offended God and mankind because my work didn't reach the quality it should have. Water is the driving force in nature. God sells us all things at the price of labor. Learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else. All sciences are vain and full of errors that are not born of experience, the mother of all knowledge. Our life is made by the death of others. I awoke only to find that the rest of the world was still asleep. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. Once you have tasted the taste of sky, you will forever look up. My body will not be a tomb for other creatures. He who thinks little errs much. Painting is poetry that is seen rather than felt, and poetry is painting that is felt rather than seen. A painter should begin every canvas with a wash of black, because all things in nature are dark except where exposed by the light. Study without desire spoils the memory, and it retains nothing that it takes in. The painter has the universe in his mind and hands. Nothing strengthens authority so much as silence. I love those who can smile in trouble. One can have no smaller or greater mastery than mastery of oneself. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Nothing can be loved or hated unless it is first understood. The smallest feline is a masterpiece. Art is never finished, only abandoned. As a well-spent day brings happy sleep, so life well used brings happy death. Learning never exhausts the mind. The knowledge of all things is possible. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. There are three classes of people: those who see when they are shown, those who do not see. It is easier to resist at the beginning than at the end. The deeper the feeling, the greater the pain. The function of muscle is to pull and not to push, except in the case of the genitals and the tongue. As you cannot do what you want what you can do.